Energy sector is listed among the Kenya contributors to global warming, accounting for more than 10% of global carbon emissions. The International Energy Agency reports that last year, emissions from the industry rose by 460 million tons to hit a record 32.5 gigatons. This was because at least 170 million fossil fuel-based cars were added into the global economy. And in light of the global commitment to mitigate climate change, conversations about greening the energy sector have gained crucial status at the ongoing climate talks in Poland. Zainab Wandati reports.
Despite the weather in Poland not being friendly, it's actually very cold here. The climate talks are getting heated up as the ministers settle into their high-level meetings to see if they can iron out all the issues that were left uncompleted in the technical sessions last week. And one of the things that they need to discuss is how to green energy production around the world in light of the global warming reports that show that carbon emissions from the energy sector particularly are on the rise.
That's why we are actually here. We are also looking at other markets, the cooperative markets, where we can be able to transfer to offset, to offset the carbon footprints between Kenya and other countries.
For Kenya, the conversations about energy are very crucial because even though the country has gotten global accolades for its development of geothermal capacity, it's also, on the other hand, going into what is considered to be dirty energy with its coal production. And many of the civil society groups that are attending this meeting and those groups from Kenya are still insisting that the government needs to reconsider its decision to invest in coal because reports have indicated that going into coal will increase the country's carbon emissions by up to 10%.
We don't understand why the government is so much obsessed with a source of energy which actually is almost obsolete.
I've seen other countries who have a lot of challenges in terms of cleaning up after coal.
It has to go with the country's agenda. We cannot also sit here and say that we are going to do anything in the contrary with what makes our country best.
Other ministries are also represented at this meeting. The Ministry of Energy is represented by people from KenGen. The Ministry of Agriculture has also sent representatives. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is also here, as well as the Treasury, to follow these discussions and see how these discussions here will impact policies back home.
We cannot succeed on this matter of the climate change if we cannot involve the representatives of the people who are elected by the people.
Zainab Wandati, NTV, in Katowice, Poland.